Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Tuesday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today, we are in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference first round playoffs for our 95-96 Chicago Bulls Road to the NBA Finals Series for 2K22. And we lead the series 1-0 over the 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James in it. So, this will be the second episode having the MJ versus LeBron matchup in it. So that's going to be a really fun series to watch throughout like all of our 2K series. So I'm mainly going to do like part 1, part 2, part 3 for MJ versus LeBron because we're going to have quite a bit of it because I'm going to do as much classic teams as I can in this. So without a further ado, we'll show you the uniforms and we'll see you guys at the United Center. Alright, so the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be wearing their classic red away uniforms from 03 to 2010 with the red uniforms. So the Chicago Bulls are going to be wearing their classic home 92 through 04 uniforms with the white at home. So we're going to be in Cleveland next episode for the next 2 episodes. So I'm thinking the Cavs might be wearing their alternate or the red uniforms at home. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at tip-off. Alright, here we are in the 3-1-2 at the United Center, and it is tip-off time. So the 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers have won it. So now we have possession. Ron Harper going to pass it over to Michael Jordan, and there is a foul. It's on Daniel Gibson. It's a shooting foul. So this means that MJ's going to go to the free throw line once at it, and he will make that in. So it's now 3-0 here at the United Center. So now Larry Hughes with the possession. Where is he going to take this direction to? He's going to pass it over to Daniel Gibson, and Gibson makes that three, and the game is evenly tied up here in Chicago. So now Michael Jordan's going to knock down a three from behind the arc, and that is good. So it's now 6-3. LeBron James going to pass over to Daniel Gibson, passing it over to Larry Hughes. And now Larry Hughes will get that one in. So it's now 6-5. And now Dennis Rodman going to pass over to Michael Jordan. And then Scottie Pippen going to go up there, and he's going to go in the paint for 2 points. So it's now going to be 8-5. So all Cleveland needs to do is just hit a three to tie the game up. So now they're going to pass over to Larry Hughes. The dunk unsuccessful. Ron Harper picking up that rebound. So now it is Michael Jordan going to go into the paint, and he is going to make his first dunk of the game. So it is now going to be 10-5 here in the 3-1-2. So now Daniel Gibson going to pass over to LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native. So now the Akron, Ohio native, what's he thinking about doing with the basketball? Going to pass over to Daniel Gibson. So now we have picked up a steal. It is Scottie Pippen. We're going to pass it over to Jordan, and Pippen is going to pick up an assist. So now MJ makes a three. So it's now 13-5. And that is also Dennis Rodman's birthday, May the 13th. So now Jordan making that steal. He is going to go up into the paint. Not necessarily dunking, though, but he does get a successful layup out of that one. So it's now 15-5. LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, losing the basketball. Michael Jordan picking it up. 4 steals for Chicago. And MJ with that dunk. So it's now 17-5. So they are conquering this 06-07 Cleveland Cavaliers team to start the first quarter. So now I'm going to pass it over to Dennis Rodman. Oh, excuse me, Scottie Pippen, rather. Now it's Dennis Rodman. We're going to attempt a three for Rodman. He gets it in. So we're leading 4 times. We've scored 4 times more points in Cleveland right now, because 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 4 does equal to 5. So now Cavs take a timeout. We're going to take a break. All right, now the break is over. So it's now 22-10. Steve Kerr, the current Golden State Warriors head coach, He is going to attempt a three from behind the arc, and he actually drills it. And it's now 25-10. So now Anderson Varejao going to pass it over to Eric Snow, the Canton, Ohio native. So now Eric Snow, where is he going to take this direction to? He actually loses the basketball. So now they are going to pick it back up, make the steal. So now Ron Harper getting that layup. It's now 20.2 seconds to go. And it's 27-10. So now Eric Snow with the possession of the basketball. Where is he going to take this direction to? Going to pass over to LeBron James. Makes that dunk happen. So it's now going to be Ron Harper with the possession of the basketball. We're going to pass over Steve Kerr. Makes the three. And it's now going to be 30-12. So this 95-96 Chicago Bulls team is a really fast scoring team. Not to mention, they went 72-10, and LeBron James hits a three from half court to end the first quarter here in Chicago. So now the Bulls lead this one by half, 30-15. All right, it is now 30-15. We had just begun the second quarter here in Chicago. So now Michael Jordan with his third dunk of the game. He's probably going to win the slam dunk contest by the end of the NBA postseason. And I bet he's probably going to have quite a bit in the NBA Finals. So now Jordan going to pull up. There is evidently a foul on Eric Snow. So it looks like that Brown, we're going to pass it around to Steve Kerr. So now Steve Kerr gets this one in for two. So it's now 34-17 here in the Windy City. So now LeBron James has possession. He made that three to end the first quarter last episode. He has 14 points in all. So now Michael Jordan going to pass it over to Steve Kerr. So now Kerr actually gets blocked. There it go. The ball goes out of bounds. So Chicago still does maintain possession of it. But it was mainly Cleveland that blocked it and went out of bounds. So now going to use some Michael Jordan. Going to pass it over to Steve Kerr. He loses a basketball there for a moment, but then picks it back up. It's now 36-19. Eric Snow with the possession of the basketball. Where is he actually going to take this direction to? He'll probably just go in the paint or passing over to Anderson Varejao. So now Eric Snow does pick up the assist. So now Tony Kukoc is going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now MJ makes that dunk happen. So it's now 38-21. So Chicago's up by 17. 19 points for MJ today, 12 of which were in the paint. So I'm guessing by the end of this game, most of his points that he scored will be in the paint. So we evidently take a timeout, and this is going to be another break for us. LeBron James hits another three, and it's now going to be 44-31. So now Michael Jordan going up to the paint for Chicago gets it in there, and it's now going to be 46-31. 23 points for Michael Jordan. That's his number, by the way. And he has scored half of the points for his team. So now Anderson Varejao going in the paint, just shooting it in, scores it in. And now we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now MJ gets it in there for two. So it's now 48-33. So now 25 points, and 10 of which are in this quarter. Cleveland is trying to catch up into this one because they slacked off last episode. LeBron James hits it in for two. So now Scottie Pippen has possession of the basketball. Where's he going to take this direction to? Gets that layup in there. And it's now 50-35. So now LeBron James going to pass it over to Daniel Gibson. So now Gibson going to pass it over to James. And then back over to Gibson. Gets it in there. And James is going to pick up an assist. So now we're going to pass it over to Dennis Rodman. So now Rodman gets that in there. 18.7 seconds to go. Chicago up by 15. LeBron James with the possession. He's going to go up to the paint, makes that dunk happen. And now we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now MJ is going to attempt a three to end the first half here at the United Center. So it's now 55-39, 7.7 seconds to go. LeBron James with the possession of the basketball. I think he's just going to shoot it in for two to end it. So now Chicago is up by 14, and it is already halftime. Halftime score: Chicago 55, Cleveland 41. All right, it is now the beginning of the second half here in Chicago. Scottie Pippen going to pass over to Dennis Rodman. So now Dennis Rodman gets that one in for 2 points. So it's now 57-41. And LeBron James has possession of the basketball, number 23. He is going to shoot that in for just 2 points. So it's now 57-43. So we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. And MJ is going to pass it over to Rodman. So now Rodman passing over to Jordan and then over to Rodman. So now Rodman gets it in. It's now 59-43. So 3:16 to go in the third. Larry Hughes with possession of the basketball. Loses it, but then Hughes picks it back up. So now Hughes is going to make that nice spin move. Makes that three fly. And it is now 59-46 here in Chicago. So Cleveland is down by 13. Now MJ making that dunk, and it is underneath it. And Cleveland takes a timeout. So they are like halfway done using their timeouts. Anderson Varejao misses that three. So now Steve Kerr is going to pass over to Ron Harper, and there is a foul on Dorial Marshall. So now Ron Harper's going to go to the free-throw line and misses that, but Drew Gooden picks it up, so they're going to pass it over to Jones, and Jones makes that three, and it's now going to be 71-54. We're going to pass it over to Scottie Pippen, but evidently his left foot was stepped in the black paint, so it is an out-of-bounds call. So now Cleveland has possession of the basketball. They're going to pass it over to Jones, and Steve Kerr picks up that steal. Where is he going to take this direction to? He's going to pass over to Ron Harper, and they use some Harper, and then Brown, and then Scottie Pippen going to go in there, gets it in for two. So it's now 73-54. So now Eric Snow loses a basketball. Pippen makes that steal. He is going to make this in for 2 points. So it's now going to be 75-54. Chicago is up big time by 21 points. So now Jones losing that basketball, and Jones is going to pass it to Kerr. Pippen is going to pass it to Kerr, and it is now 78-54. So now Eric Snow with the possession of the basketball. Where is he dribbling it at, or where is he going to take that direction to? There is no more shot clock after this quarter, so we're going to pass it over to Scottie Pippen. So now Pippen makes that three. It's now going to be 81-54. So Chicago up by 27. I don't think Eric Snow is going to make that three in to end the third from half court, but it would have been really cool to see that. But evidently, Chicago is up by 27 at home, 81-54. All right, here is your State Farm assist of the game. Ron Harper going to pass over to Michael Jordan, and that is your State Farm assist of the game. So now Cleveland has possession of the basketball. It is now 81-54. They have possession, so now it looks like they're going to dribble this one. They're going to pass over to Drew Gooden, and he dunks that in. So it's now a 25-point lead for Chicago. So we're going to pass it over to Scottie Pippen. So now Pippen gets that in there. It's now 83-56. And now LeBron James has 28 points. Pippen with 17. And now Drew Gooden gets that in there. And it is Steve Kerr going to pass it over to Bill Wennington. Wennington, and then going to use some Scottie Pippen to go in the paint. Gets it in with that. Drives it in for 2. So it's now 19 points for Scottie Pippen today. And they lost the basketball, but then they evidently picked it back up. So now Eric Snow with the possession. He's going to pass it over. And now Bill Wennington has possession of the basketball. So we're going to pass it over to Scottie Pippen. And he gets this one in for 2. So it's now going to be 87-58. So we're up by 29 points. So now Eric Snow with the possession. I don't know where he's going to take this to. So Eric Snow going to pass it over to Scott Pollard. Makes that dunk. And we are actually going to take a break. All right, and your New Balance player of the game is Michael Jordan. So now we're going to go over the numbers after the game. So now we have got a minute and 30 seconds to go, which is about 90 seconds actually. So it's now 93-67. Scoring leaders for both teams, both of the GOATs for both teams. Michael Jordan with 34 and LeBron James with 31. So now Smith is going to pass over to Anderson Varejao, and Varejao makes that dunk happen. And we're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now Michael Jordan hits a 3 from behind the arc. It is now going to be 96-69. And now LeBron James passing over to Smith. So now James is going to pick up the assist. And we are up by 25 points. So now we're going to pass it over to Dennis Rodman. So now Rodman gets that one in for 2 points. So it's now 98-71. It was like 107-65 last episode. So surprisingly, Cleveland has scored more points than they did in their loss last episode. So now we're going to pass it over. We're going to use some Jordan. Makes that 3 fly, and he actually gets it in there. So it's now going to be 101-73. 39 seconds to go. So now Jordan makes the steal. Going to make a 3-pointer once at it. And we are up by 31 points. So this 95-96 Chicago Bulls team was really talented. They only lost 10 games, and they had won 72 of them, believe it or not. So their talents have taken them everywhere. I mean, 20 years later, the 15-16 Golden State Warriors had broken their record for having the most wins in a regular season. They only had 9 losses that year, and now MJ is going to make that 3 fly, and it's now going to be 110-75 with exactly 10 seconds to go. LeBron James losing that basketball. We're going to pass it over to Michael Jordan. So now Jordan losing it, gets blocked, and the Bulls win it at home again for the second episode. And it is the final score, 110 Chicago, Cleveland 75. So Part 2 of MJ versus LeBron has concluded. There is going to be an episode 3 and 4, maybe 5 or 6 if Cleveland wins at least 1 or 2 games in this first round series. So we're going to go over numbers right now. All right, Michael Jordan, 49 points, 6 assists, 6 steals, 8 for 8 from behind the arc, and he had 5 dunks on the day. Here's your player of the game, Scottie Pippen, 23 points, 4 assists, 3 steals on the day. So that's not bad by him. Steve Kerr, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. Dennis Rodman, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist on the day. Ron Harper only had 6 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, and 2 steals on the day. LeBron James, 31 points, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 dunks. He was 6 for 7 from behind the arc. He made a buzzer beater to end the first quarter with that three. Anderson Varejao, 10 points, 1 rebound, and 1 dunk on the day. Did not do very good with that 3-point attempt. He was 0 for 1 there that time. Daniel Gibson, 9 points, 3 assists, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Larry Hughes only had 7 points, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. Damon Jones, 5 points in all. So that basically wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next episode.